Hey everyone, it's Heather from Surreal Oracle Stories, and haven't been on here in a few days, but I'm back. I had some stuff that I had to take care of. I changed up the table decor for St. Patrick's Day, so we got our gold and green and white with gold thread through it, so we're good to go. We have some ivy. This is a picture of my dog. She passed away. Her name was Roxy, blue tick coonhound, really good dog. Anyways, we're just gonna do some cards. We're using that separate deck like I promised we would be, the Celtic Spirit deck. I've been working with it a little bit and read through the book, but I really don't like to adopt everything that's in the book. I like to kind of pick up some meanings on my own that are like pertinent to what's going on in the world today. These are great, they're magical cards, but sometimes you got to relate it to real life. I'm still pushing this book. I'm not selling it, obviously. It's called I Can Mend Your Broken Heart. The author's Paul McKenna. He's a PhD. He's a counselor, and this book is really good. You can use it in any circumstances. It just helps to overcome emotional pain at the end of a relationship, and that could be a work relationship or a regular love relationship. And I'm just going to read a small excerpt. I'm going to try to do that every time I get on to pull cards, just so we maybe to see if the cards line up with what we read. And whomever really needs to hear this message can have it, because obviously this is way more important than any tarot card. And if I can help just one person not go through what I've been through the last 10 years, I'm happy to do it. So I hope everyone sticks with me while I read these little paragraphs and they don't get mad and they click off. This one's about betrayal. Every heartbreak is in some way a betrayal. It is a betrayal of the promise of love. It was a promise made in the past that was a commitment to the future. For some of us, that promise is still a secret or a dream. No vows were taken, no commitment was formally made, but in our heart, we were hoping that this relationship would last. With our heart, we were already committed. We were just waiting for our partner to catch up, but sadly, it turned out that the partner had a different idea. This relationship was not to be their destination. They were just passing through. For others, the end of a relationship is the betrayal of a promise made at the altar. Someone couldn't live up to the commitment they made. Sometimes people are betrayed by their lover or a friend. Other times we betray ourselves. We have affairs. We start things that spiral out of control. It is all too easy to underestimate the forces of attraction, be it lust or love, until it is too late. And it is too easy to take what we have for granted, or to let ourselves be taken for granted, and then to lose what we have treasured. So that's kind of interesting, the way he summed up about betrayal, because a lot of people have it in their mind that the other person that actually did the betraying doesn't have feelings in it. And they do have feelings, they just don't know how to process them. A lot of them don't have the communication skills that they need. I'm not taking up for any of these, because I've been betrayed in a marriage. I've been betrayed the beginning of January, so I know how it feels and how long it takes to get up on your feet, especially if you have children or responsibilities outside of the home. I really encourage that book. And I believe they would have it on audio book or Audible, in case you don't have time to read it, because basically, who wants to read a book? I'm old school, so I'll read a book. So anyways, let's get moving with these cards. Celtic Spirit. This one came right out. The Gift. Communication, gift, and crystals. We had sun today. That looks like over in Mammoth in California, they got whopped with snow, man. It's crazy. I don't know why. Oh my goodness, I can't take all of those. I'll take one out of the stack. Surrender, let it go, freedom, and flow. Two more. Take this one, the Crone, Fairy Godmother, wisdom, future, and truth. This is a nice little deck. I'm glad I got it. I'll take both of them. The Green Fairy, mischief, freedom, and reckless. The Shaman Spiral, awareness, practice, and connection. Okay, let's see what we have here. Oh, bottom of the deck. The Maiden, innocence, love, and past. We might end up taking her. You know how we always do it. If you're a returning person here, you know what we do. I just go right down the deck and say what we have there, and hopefully it aligns with us. I try to end on a positive, not on a negative. So it looks like to me that you're going to be surrendering and letting go. Some kind of heartache that's come in, or if you have illness in your home or family. It could be something all the way down to going to a parent-teacher conference. But you're going to let it go. You're not going to let it bother you anymore. If you have something going on or something wrong at work with coworkers, friends, it could be anybody. It could even be, hell, somebody that you, when you go to the bank, you have to deal with them and they're just a horrible employee and you just hate going in there to have to do your bank business. We all know the post office is like that. Sorry if anybody's watching from the post office, but where I live in Ohio, some of them have a lot to be desired. But anyways, it's probably because they're overworked. So it looks like you're trying to surrender. Surrender everything that you have. Stop harboring, being mad, sad, resentment. Because when you end up doing that, it's going to provide you freedom. And on the Green Fairy, it does say mischief and recklessness, which could go both ways. If you get really mad at somebody, you could be apt to do something to them. Maybe if it was a past husband or boyfriend, you would be apt to maybe destroy their property or destroy their name in town. But I don't think I would do that, because the karma that's going to come back on you is going to be a lot. It's best to just surrender and walk away. She's your ticket to freedom if you choose not to do the other two things. No slandering or any of that. This card's communication, gifts, and crystals. I know a lot of people that watch tarot and oracles, they do use crystals. They charge them up every full moon, which we just had the Wormwood full moon. And I believe, did it move from Pisces to, I don't know, I want to say Virgo, but I could be wrong. This communication card is going to be your ticket to be dealing with the people in your lives that you might not be getting along with right now. You need to take the correct course of action with your communication. You know, don't make it derogatory. Try to keep it light and fresh and please and thank you. I know that that sounds really horrible and condescending, and but it's true. If we use please and thank you a lot more, we can get farther with people. But communication is very, very important. I'm still getting to know these cards, so I'm not going to be able to give you a really in-depth overview of the illustrations, but as time goes by, we'll be a lot better and in tune to them. I'm going to try to use them up until maybe mid-March or to the end of March, and we'll add other decks with it just so we can get a different perspective. The next one that you have is your shaman, and they're all for healing as well. They have keen awareness, and they have connection to the other side, not just here. This is a witch's staff that she has, and they use that for all kinds of stuff, like when they're out in the woods and they're trolling for herbs and plants. They also use it to stoke fire with. These are talismans that they have hanging from it. So you may have something like that as well, or keep a small version with you in your car, or keep it in your purse. Lord knows we have everything. I keep a baby pine cone in my purse because that's supposed to add protection and luck. So here's the shaman for sure. You know what? I just looked at this. See, she has that little medicine bag there. You might want to get your health checked just to get a, standard checkup. If it's been a long time since you've been to the doctor, you've gone through a lot of stress, and you've been neglecting yourself, you might want to go to your general practitioner and your gynecologist, and you might want to make an appointment for a mental health specialist just to find out, in case you have depression or something like that. This tipped me off, so please, I'm not saying anybody has anything wrong with them, but an ounce of prevention is the cure. Here's the last one we have. This is the crone, and she's an older woman that's a witch. I don't know if you guys know that or not. They call them you ever hear that? Oh, that old crone. Well, when I was little, I would always go around and say that. And sure enough, my grandma was an old crone. And then my mom became an old crone. So when I was small, I didn't know what I was saying, but they thought it was funny because they knew what it meant, because they were. They have the wisdom. They have everything that they need. They watch and observe people. They know how to make all the medicine. They know how to dispense advice about relationships, about how you treat your children. They know the future and the truth in it. If something doesn't sound right, or someone's doing what they shouldn't be doing, this crone knows about it. Trying to see if she has anything on her belt. She has a heart right there on her little dress. She has a witch's staff as well. But she's the key to everything that you're going to encounter and that you'll need to run your life. She's the person that's going to help you get to where you're going. Whether you need housing, you need a car, you need a lawyer, you need a doctor. This lady, in reality, is the one that tells the future. And she has the wisdom from all the years that she's been alive. Usually crones live for a long time, like 100 years old. I'm going to put these down. Let's see. Here's the Woodland Wardens. I'm just going to pull like a couple cards from that and see what we end up with. We have stagnation, so hopefully you guys aren't sitting on top of doing things. Get your bills paid, open your mail, check your bank accounts, make sure that things aren't being withdrawn that shouldn't be, like streaming services. Make sure your phone bill's correct, that your car insurance, you know, handle your kids' paperwork at school. The stagnation may be also that you're sitting around and waiting for that person that's not coming back. Don't do that to yourself. You're better than that. Let's get a couple more. I really like this deck. Whoa, that is a lot. But what the heck, right? You have romance coming. Hope you guys can see that. You have romance coming. You need modest fortitude, which means humble yourself. Talk softly and quietly, please and thank you. It'll make a world of difference in whatever you're dealing with. You have the Owl for wisdom, which backs up the crone and the shaman. So that's confirmation right there. And loyalty. Trust in the invisible. You might not see it now, but it's going to come to pass. It's going to come in your favor. You'll have devotion from your kids and other people in the community that look up to you and want to help. You're going to be starting over with the snake. Remember in another video, I told how the snake slithers and they can go through any terrain. So you have the wherewithal to get where you're going. Use your intuition just like the bat. Leadership just like the bear. He's head of the pack. The moth and the eucalyptus, that represents an ending. I don't know if you guys can see that down there. And the skull is on the moth's head, so that means it's dead and gone and over with. So if you have a relationship, don't keep hanging on to it. It's done. You've got to just push yourself past it. This is nourishment, so make sure you eat good. Don't eat a lot of fast food and stuff at this time. And lastly, you're going to have peace, which all of that's going to spur on your independence. And if you've watched my other videos, you know all about this black cat. She's the high priestess. Look at her face. She's not taking anything off of anybody. That cat is watching and she's ready to pounce at a moment's notice. She's going to sit there really straight like she is. And her intuition and her ears, because cats hear really well, she's taking in all the information that's being said. Just like you do. Nothing's getting past you. So, my suggestion is don't use communication for mischief. Don't get on social media. Don't call them. Don't write them. Don't go to their house and yell at them. Have nothing to do with them. Don't use any social media. because that's the last thing you want them to know what you're doing. Because sometimes people can snap, and it's not going to end up in bodily harm. It's going to end up in murder. And I hate to talk like that, but my intuition's been going off like that, especially after seeing that murder. He took out his wife and his youngest child, and he's totally justified in what he did. So you guys, you just got to be really careful. It's not worth it for your kids to see that going on, and, you know, hauling them back and forth, and them seeing the fighting, and seeing you guys disrespected. I mean, sometimes it ends up to be generational curse. I mean, I'm sitting here and I'm living proof of it. But I finally broke the cycle. So, anyways, that's enough about me, because you guys are probably like, shut up, lady. So, it's 8:20 by my clock here. I love this clock. But anyways, I'll be back on tomorrow. Hopefully, I just haven't been feeling well. We have allergy season starting, and I just have not felt well. So I should be back tomorrow unless I lose my voice, which is kind of happening now. But I hope everybody has a good night, and somebody got some kind of message out of this. See you later, guys.